All right, so this is our first lesson for G1. G stands for geometry, okay? And as usual, you have a colored page at the beginning where you can see all of the information that you are going to need for this. This is a great place to look when you're working on your boom cards and you're not quite sure about something. That way you're not like, oh, which lesson was it? Just go back to your orange page and it will have everything that you need. So go ahead. So for this lesson, we're going to be learning about geometry is a lot about shapes and that kind of stuff. And so for this lesson, we're going to be learning about points, lines, line segments, and rays. Okay. So I have another journal here that I will use to help us. And like I said, you can just use your orange page. But first thing we're going to want for each is a definition. So what are each of these shapes? Because you need to be able to use them to create shapes and to understand them. So it's really important that we understand these four. They're like parts of shapes. Okay, so the first one is a point. A point is an exact location. So it's precise, okay? So an exact, I'm not sure if location will fit. Okay, an exact location, and it is, that is represented by a dot, okay? You'll see us use this not just in math, you'll see it use it like on a map. So they'll say, oh, where is Majestic Fields Elementary School? And so you'll see a point on the map. Sometimes it's a pin or whatever, but it's a specific spot, right? So it is represented by a little dot, okay? So if you want to put dot right there, okay? And so let's look at some examples. So first of all, here is a point, and you can see one here, and its name might be A. You also might see a point like this. So this could be B. But it just means a very specific spot. Okay? For a line, it is a straight set of points. So when you're looking at a line, what you want to imagine, well, let's finish the definition first. So it's a straight set of points, and it extends. Right here, I was supposed to put that. It extends in both directions. So that's important to remember, is that it goes, that's why it has an arrow. So when you see an arrow on both sides, that means it would just keep going forever and ever without ending. And just like I said, if you want to, you can be, I'm just getting these definitions from this page right here, okay? So if you want to like follow along and use this, you can. But just make sure you understand what I'm saying. If you want to grab after this, if you want to grab, if you want to make sure you understand, and then at the end, just be flipping back and forth between your orange page, that's fine. But don't fill it in right now without listening to what I'm saying, okay? We expect that you listen and that you write, and a lot of what I'm saying is the information that you need to understand this content, okay? So a line is going to be straight, so just do your best. For this one, we're not going to get out like a ruler or anything, okay? So the arrows mean that they extend in both directions, but what you want to imagine with a line, you'll usually have like a starting point and an end point. So this might be D and this might be E. What you want to imagine is if someone, here's a point, here's a point, here's a point. So if you look at the definition, it says a straight set of points that extends in both directions without ending. So it's like they made a whole bunch of points and they just all connected to make a line. So then, let's see, this could be line G, H, okay? It could, now it is a straight set of points, so, but it could be this way. It could be vertical, meaning up and down, okay? Okay, so this could be HI. It could still be straight and be diagonal. So it could be JK, but it's just a straight, it's a whole bunch of points that are connected, okay? Now, so remember, a line is a straight set of points that extends in both directions without ending. A line segment, if you look, so up here is a line, up here is a segment. I have students in the past who have said it looks like Baymax's eyes, right? So a line segment is when we have a piece of a line. So a line segment is a part of a line. That's the segment part. A part of a line. And a part of a line, and it's between 2 points. Meaning, so a regular line goes on forever, right? Because you've got those arrows. If you notice, there's no arrows on a segment. So it could be like this. It could be JK. It also, maybe you would get asked if you had a line like this. So this is the line, but maybe it would go L, and then it'd show you M and O. So the segment could be it would be MN. So from there to there is the segment. The rest is just the line. But inside of there, if you cover up the parts, you have a segment, okay? Array. So you can see a line extends both ways. A segment is a part of a line, and then array is a part of a line. So it's similar to a segment, but it has 1 point. So it has 1 point. So it ends. Sometimes that would be called an end point. Sometimes it's a point. And extends in the other direction without ending. So you can see by looking up here, so you have your point or your end point. So it's like a segment, but on the other side, it keeps on going. So over here, so this might be segment J, okay? Over here, if you were to just do NO, that could be array. They could go different directions like this. Maybe you could have like JK. So you can tell if it just stops like this, okay? But remember, these are all points on here, right? All lines are just a bunch of points that have been connected, okay? This one could be LM, okay? So it's that if you keep going, it's array, okay? All right, so let's flip to the other side. Let's apply that knowledge. So how many segments are in each shape? So you can see there's no points here, but let's just count them. I'm gonna grab a marker. You can use a highlighter, you can use a colored pencil, or you can just use your regular pencil. It's up to you. So how many segments? So when I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw, and then I'm gonna tally. So 1, 2. The other thing that you could do, well, we'll do it on this one. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so in this one, these are all segments. You notice that we don't see the points, but because we know that all lines are made of points, it's right there. The other thing that's good to do, let's say you wanted to make sure, so what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's here. 12. Okay, now the other thing you could do is you could do like X's, so that way you know where you started, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? All right, we're gonna highlight all the segments on each sign. So we could highlight 1, 2, So we got this one. This time we're not counting, we're just highlighting them, okay? Now we're not done. We could also go here, right? Here, here, here. Okay, we got some pretty good options there. Got one there. So the segments are everywhere. Here we've got this way, this way, this way, here, there. Now, circles are different, so we're not going to mess with those, but just take a look there. Okay, highlight the rays. Now, we have to pay attention on this one. So, we don't have any rays on this line because there's no points there. But on this one, if we find the point, we have one here, and then we have another one there, okay? Highlight the lines. So, we want to make sure this time we do one that has a line, has an arrow on both sides, right? So it extends forever. So here's one that has one on both sides, so we'll highlight this one. And then here's another one that has them on both sides, so we'll highlight that one. The rest all just have points, so they're not lines. They have endpoint, okay? Now we're gonna draw these. So the first one is point Z. So we're just gonna draw a point and then label it. It doesn't matter where you put the letter, but it matters when you have a line. It's just where do you have the space, okay? Line GH, so we would do this. We have an arrow on both sides because it's a line and we want to show that it extends forever. I'm going to draw my 2 points, so this would be GH, okay? All right, now we're going to do segment CD. So we're going to do like this and like that, CD, okay? If we're doing ray XY, we're going to have our endpoint, okay? And this one will extend on one side. So I'm going to do X here, and then I'll have Y there, okay? So make sure the big one for this one, you're going to be building on this if you look ahead. All the things that you're going to be learning about have to do with lines, points, and rays. So make sure you understand them. But that's how we use them, and that's how we know what they are.